Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm Brian Ritz. Today I'm going to be walking you around a very fresh trade of ours, a beautiful 2019 Winnebago Navion 24D. So this is a used coach. It was sold new by us back in 2019. Now before we start walking around the inside and everything, let's just take a look at a couple things. First, we've got the upgraded, it was an upgrade in 2019, full body paint. So you have the Bay Mist full body paint, no stickers or decals that you have to worry about cracking and peeling. We have a 16-foot exterior awning. Now that is a power extend, power retract. Up on the roof, standard in 2019, we have 200 watts of solar, two 100-watt solar panels. And then an upgrade in 2019, we have the upgraded air conditioning that includes a heat pump. We'll talk about more options and things that have been added to this coach as we go along, but this is a very well loaded 2019 Navion 24D. So let's start by walking around the outside. Start by looking at some storage. Really big compartment here. Notice that it is carpet lined so that things aren't sliding around and rattling while you're in transit. Over on the left side, we've got our 1,000-watt pure sine wave inverter. Moving back just a little bit, another upgrade for 2019. This is the Onan Quiet Diesel 3,200 watt generator. That's going to pull diesel fuel directly from the 26-gallon fuel tank. Standard in 2019 was the propane generator, same as now, but this one was upgraded. More storage on the back right side of this coach. And then storage in the sidewall. Another thing to notice about this 2019 Navion is we've got the Truma AquaGo system, so that is going to be an on-demand hot water heater. That was new for 2019. In 2018, they still had the 6-gallon gas electric hot water heater. So one little upgrade there for the new model year. Coming around the rear, at the back, we've got the full fiberglass rear cap. We do have a HD full color backup camera way up top there. All of our lights are going to be LED, marker lights, turn signals, reverse lights, all are going to be LEDs. Down below, 2-inch receiver with a 5,000-pound towing capacity. Now to the left of that receiver, we do have the 7-pin connector for your trailer brakes and trailer lights if you need it, which is going to bring us over to the driver's side. This entire coach is only 25 feet 8 inches long, so for those of you who want to get into some of our smaller parks, this would be a great option for you. So down in this compartment, a couple things. First, we've got our water bay. So this is our freshwater inlet over here if you want to have city water. Down below, we've got our dump valve. In here are also the valves, or our dump spout, but we have the valves to dump our gray and black tanks, a hot and cold exterior shower, and then over there we've got a 30-amp power cord in its own separate compartment. One thing that is cool about 2019 Navions is back here we actually have the controls for our, oh, I got it running, give me 1 second. All right, so 2019, we had the option for power stabilizing jacks. Those controls are right back here. So push a button, you're gonna have 2 jacks come down here in the back. What that's gonna do is take the play out of our suspension so that when we're walking around inside the coach, it's not wobbling side to side on us. On the exterior of the panel, we've got a black tank flush. That's just a sanitization valve. Basically, it's going to activate a sprinkler system inside of your black tank to help flush out all those contents. 2019s, we still had a gravity fill for our freshwater tank. Now, while we're talking about water, we have 30 gallons of fresh water, 34 gallons of gray, and 40 gallons of black water. More storage down underneath here. And in 2019, they actually had a little slot where you could store your gray and black tank hose built into the sidewall. And then last compartment on the driver's side, just more storage. So those two compartments actually pass through to each other. So if you need to store some longer stuff, those two are connected. So one huge upgrade that the previous owner added is HWH computerized leveling. So in 2019, you could order HWH hydraulic leveling. This particular one did not have it. So they actually went to Forest City, Iowa, where the HWH plant is, and had it installed on this unit. So in addition to those two power stabilizing jacks in the rear, we actually have 4-point automatic leveling as well. Now the Winnebago Navion is built on the Mercedes VS30 Sprinter chassis, which is powered by a 3.0 V6, producing 188 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque. So plenty of power to get you up and down the mountains or just across the flat land and still get 15, 16 miles to the gallon while you're doing it. We can go on inside now. So as you come in here, I have the slides completely closed, just so you can get a feel for the space while you're in transit. Oh, that's what you're on now. Okay, so this is our space when we are completely closed up, so we still have plenty of room to walk in between here to get back to the bathroom. Refrigerator, freezer, and obviously the kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and put this slide out now. The 24D is just a single slide Murphy bed model, and actually one of the best selling floor plans the Winnebago's ever made for a Class C. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off so this alarm stops yelling at us. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start in the back here. In the Navion 24D, we do have the rear bathroom. So back here, nice big shower. Notice they do give you a skylight for extra light as well as head clearance. The shower head is on a wand so that you can move it around as needed. Shower door. Now what's cool about these shower doors, they actually squeegee themselves as you retract them so you don't make a huge mess in your bathroom. And then from the factory, they all come with this hanging bar just in case you wanted to hang, wet clothes in there or just hang clothes for additional storage if you're not going to be using the shower. Back behind me, we have the medicine cabinet up above, single sink, and then a huge cabinet down below. Now over here on the left side, we've got a towel rack, two 110 volt outlets, and then a switch to turn on and off our water pump so we don't have to go to the front of the coach to do it. And this is the controls for our Truma AquaGo, which is the water heater. I'm gonna get out of the way. Now, for storage and clothes and whatnot, we have a huge closet back here. Right now we've got the bolsters for the cab, and we also have a a collapsible table stuck in here, but that is hanging storage all the way to the back of the coach. And then coming forward, we'll enter the kitchen area. So let's start towards the back of the kitchen with a huge pantry with 4 pull-out drawers. Now in this pantry down below, we also have all our fuses and circuit breakers for the house portion of this motorhome. So if you ever have something weird happen, your lights won't come on, AC won't come on, you don't have to go outside to search for your fuses and circuit breakers. They're right here conveniently inside, easy to access. Another really big storage. Now this one's pretty deep, going all the way back to the sidewall. 2-door 12 volt compressor refrigerator, a lot more efficient than the old gas electric refrigerators we're used to seeing in Class C's. Up top, high point convection microwave for all your popcorn and cookie baking needs. And then a 32-inch Insignia TV with additional storage behind it. Notice we also have some ports and stuff back there, so that's gonna double as your AV cabinet. If you're gonna put a satellite or something, a DVD player in here, this is where you're gonna keep that equipment. And then another huge cabinet to the left of the TV. Now, down below, one of my favorite things about the Navion 24D is all the counter space that you get in here. So we have the 2-bowl sink, and then you still have a ton of prep space here, even if you were to have these sink covers off. But if they're on, one of the biggest countertops that you can get in the Sprinter chassis Class C models. Coming over to the side, we've got the 2-burner gas cooktop, which will pull directly off of that 13-gallon propane bottle. I didn't show it, but it is outside. And then down below, massive drawers along the entire length of this countertop. And last but not least, another huge cabinet. Now notice we do have a water filter in there. That's gonna filter all of the water coming out of the freshwater tank or in from city water going to the sink. All right, so we'll start with kind of the living side of the coach. We'll start with some storage here. Nice big cabinets all the way across the top of the dinette. Notice all of the manuals are still in here from the previous owner. They didn't throw anything away or lose it. Really big dinette, plenty of room here for 4 people. Notice all of our windows are sliding windows. They all open and have screens. And then each window also has both a night shade, which is gonna be this one, blocks everything from being able to see in, and a day shade just to keep the sun from beating into your motorhome. Now, above this dinette, we have 2 110-volt outlets, as well as 2 USBs. So if someone was sitting in this dinette while you were in transit, they have power available. There are gonna be seat belts in the forward-facing dinette cushion, or dinette. So there are 2 seat belts inside of this dinette. You can see these holes here. Notice we also have a child seat tether. So if you have a car seat or something, we do have the tether there for you. Moving back, in the Navion 24D, you get the sofa, and really the purpose of this is to kind of conceal your Murphy bed a little bit. So, Murphy bed, just pop up your support legs, and then push the button, and down comes a 60 by 80 queen bed. Now, back behind that bed, we also have additional storage, more cabinetry for all your stuff. And then we also have night lights. These are pretty cool because if you hold the button, it doubles as a reading light. And one window here, we have power in both bed bases, so you have 110 volt as well as USBs, and little nightstands just to keep your stuff on. My favorite part about this is back here doesn't actually move, so you can throw your pillows, your sheets, whatever, back there, out of sight, out of mind, when you're not using the bed. Push the button and away she goes. All right, so we have 2 can sleep there. The dinette does drop down to make a bed. And then over the cab, we've got another huge bed up there where 2 people could easily sleep. Now, Winnebago does a great job by making your ladder accessible. And then it just pops on like that, so you can climb up into this bed. We do have power up there as well as more reading lights. And then you can see up above in the fascia there, the entire back side of that bed is lit as well. The switch is up in the bed so that they can control it while they're laying in it. So, being that this is a used unit, I do like to point out that Cummins owned and quiet diesel generator does have 114 hours on it. It will be fully serviced and ready to go prior to it ever leaving here. As a whole, this coach has 17,500 miles on it, so low mileage for the year. Now, in this control panel, we've got a couple different things going on. One, the remote LP valve. So basically, instead of having to walk out and unscrew your LP valve to open it, you just push a button, turns it on. Holding tank heaters, that's going to be little heat strips on your gray and black tank to keep you out winter camping a little bit longer. The Winnebago One Place, that's going to show us our water as well as propane levels, as well as battery levels if you click on that selection. We can also turn the water pump on and off from here. Zamp solar controller, that is going to show us the status of our solar charging. So right now it's saying we're full. That's because I have the generator running. But basically that's going to turn or charge your batteries or not charge your batteries depending on what is needed. Inverter control, to turn on and off your inverter. What the inverter does is take the 12-volt power from the batteries, convert it to, or invert it to 110 volts so that you can use it in your outlets to do things like charge your phones and laptops and whatnot. And then last but not least is your slide out room control. So just out, in, depending on what you need. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap up my walkthrough of this Winnebago Navion. This unit is available here. I would say it's probably a 9.85 out of 10 on the scale of, you know, how nice it is. Very, there's no noticeable damage. I know the people who own it, very meticulous people. So if you have any questions about this unit, please feel free to give me a call. My name is Brian Moritz. I'm a Transwest truck trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My phone number is 303-482-6375. Thank you so much.